Is rain wet? Rhetorical question is a figure of speech in which the person who is asking the question is trying to make a point. He or she is not interested in getting an answer. It makes whoever is listening to you feel involved.
A hyperbole is a deliberate exaggeration of a less extravagant thing as you make it out to be. My example of a hyperbole is, I have told you 1,000,000 times. The purpose of a hyperbole is to extend or accentuate the truth.
An understatement is a figure of speech employed by writers or speakers to intentionally make a situation seem less important than it really is. He is not too thin. To avoid using an overstatement. The definition of a contrast is when two opposite viewpoints, ideas, or concepts are placed close to each other for effect. An example of a contrast is thunderstorms on one end of an island and clear, blue skies on the other end. The purpose of using contrast is to show differences between two subjects. Definition of listening is a list of points to add to your argument. Examples of listening is in the background. Purpose of listening is to add points to your argument.
Definition of a quote from a well-known source would be where a famous person says something and it would back up your argument. A well-known quote, my example would be of Mahatma Gandhi saying, "My life is my message." A well-known quote could be used to back up your theories. Definition of imperative is a command. An example of an imperative word would be tie up your shoelace. The purpose of an imperative sentence is to give a command. The definition of three rules is to use three words in context after each other, such as slip, slip, slap. The purpose of three rules is to make a sentence pop. It throws your point. The definition of statistics in English terms is when you add in stats from websites to back up your theories. An example of a statistic is the fact that if I was saying that the world in 300 years will be covered in water, I could say 2/3 of the world is already covered in water. The purpose of statistics is to back up an argument in an English writing.